You got into this pottery business in the first place?
2010, I took over the running of my parents' farm. I always had an interest in ceramics. I always wanted to play with clay. So I decided to take it from being experimental and a pastime to turning it into a business. And I had the ideal opportunity. At that stage, I decided it was time to go back to college. And I went back to NCAD by night. I did 3 years there learning ceramics. I also did an apprenticeship with Geoffrey Healy down in Wicklow, and I spent a year and a half with him.
What do you love about the business that you're in now?
I love the fact that I make my own hours. I can get up when I want to, and when the inspiration takes me, I can work. At 5:30 in the morning, it's my best time. So I get up and I work straight through until 8. I also don't have a shut-off point. So if I'm on a roll, I can keep going.
What's the downside, the things you hate?
The one huge limiting factor for me is the isolation. You work in the shed, you're on your own, and it can be for 9 hours a day.
What are the challenges that you have to deal with?
In the initial stages, it was the firing of the kiln and getting the right temperatures with the glazes. I lost a lot of product in the first 2 years with regards experimentation. The other issue I would have is the advertising. It's very difficult to be a master of everything when you start out your own business. So I guess one of the things that I would be my poorest end would be advertising. I'm beginning to develop skills in social media, but they're very slow. I find it difficult to find the time for both social media and to keep up my creative work. And both of those areas seem to work against each other.
What are the sort of skills you've had to develop in the course of the business?
I guess I've just become an accountant because I run my own business, and that's really difficult. The second thing I have to develop is I'm also the person who does all my advertising, so I've just become a media expert. The third thing I've developed would be when I go to a craft fair or when I meet the public, I have to be able to be proud of what I've made. I need to be able to stand by my product, which takes a lot of confidence, so I've had to develop confidence in my product. And that's quite difficult to do for the first couple of years.
Could you name 3 people that I could go to and they'd give me 15 minutes for a chat?
I met a lady called Mida Redding when I was over in Hungary, and she's based in Wicklow, and she's an excellent potter, but also quite inspirational. Geoffrey Healy was the man who I went and did a year and a half with, also from Wicklow. And Brigitte Sect in NCAD has quite different ideas. So there would be 3 people that would give you different types of ceramics and different choices.
Okay, I'm a little bit shy actually. Would you maybe